Jay Short.
Reminds me.
Jay Short with the super chat says, just for fun, I would love to see you put Prince, Mike, and Stevie through your rubric one day. That would be interesting.
Hey, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. All right.
And we're caught up. Okay. Man, y'all are really participating in today's
Stevie's
show.
the songwriter. Mike is the performer. Prince is the musician. Let's leave it like that.
Well, that's true.
You like it like that? I like it like that.
Vocally, who would you say is on top there?
Stevie.
Think so? I got Mike there.
I hear you. Mike can't make you feel the love song the way Stevie can, though. That's voice.
I think that's
And
fair.
that's where I give Stevie the edge. Neither one of them can. Like Adore, and I can't help it. No, that ain't like that. That's not knock me. That's not knocks me off my feet or overjoyed or
No.
or what's the shit that Common took for Lauryn Hill? I Never Dream You Leaving Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
Listen,
not
man,
that.
no. You're right. Like, there's an emotion that comes with Stevie's
Right.
voice.
Rocket Love, Mike.
Yeah.
Rocket Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not fucking with Stevie.
I mean, even Sunshine of My Life. I know it's other
Right.
people vocally.
No,
on
I
there,
was
but
thinking
yeah,
like the what is it? The Joy Inside My Tears, like all that stuff. Like like even the stuff that's more obscure. Like some of his more obscure stuff will like bring you to tears.
I was gonna say Stevie's music for whatever reason makes you want to cry, man. Like
it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a man who can't see that sees things beautifully.
Yeah. 36 Chambers of the super chat says, "Are y'all going to revise the list and rerun the candidates after hitting the top 20 for clarity?" Yeah.
Yeah,
we are.
we were just speaking of that. Yeah.
And I know a lot of y'all sometimes I've been reading some of the chats or some of the comments rather where people are getting kind of bored with this process. It's a rigorous process, and we want to make sure that we get it right as possible, as correct as possible. I know Melly Mel starting his podcast. I would love for Melly Mel to go through the list and see what his thoughts are on some of these things. That's why we go through the tedious process. We don't just throw things together like Billboard or whatever just for things to trend. So
tell Melly Mel pull up.
Yeah, would love for Melly Mel to pull up. I would love for Papoose to pull up too. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's have these conversations. These, as Carmelo Anthony would say, uncomfortable conversations.
Yeah,
and we actually putting people.
Papoose and Remy can pull up.
Yeah, we're putting people's resume on the table, man. That's all it is.
All right,
Rick Ross. So let's go. Rick Ross,
the boss. No, I love Ross.
Yeah.
Impact, Rick Ross or Eminem?
Eminem.
I'll tell you Eminem. Live performance, Eminem. Lyrics, Eminem. Storytelling?
That's Eminem too.
Classic albums?
I'm going Ross with that one.
Me too. Classic songs?
That's Ross.
Yep. Longevity of albums?
Ross.
Longevity of songs?
Ross.
Classic collaborations?
Ross.
Career longevity quality?
That's Ross too.
That's it.
Now
we didn't even get the voice. But Ross would have won that too.
What part of that was unfair? Because I know people are gonna cry and bitch and moan about that. What part of that was unfair? Let's go back over that. What part of that was unfair?
How about this? Who has the better voice, Rick Ross or Eminem?
I think Ross. Easy.
It's not even a question. So the ones that Eminem won, he won for impact.
Okay.
Live performance, lyrics, and storytelling.
Okay.
Classic albums we gave to Ross.
Let's just say we gave that one. Let's just say we gave the classic albums to Eminem since they say he got 3 classics.
Let's give it to him.
Okay.
Guess what, Mike? He still loses by 1, even if we give him the classic albums.
Okay.
He definitely doesn't have more classic songs.
No, he doesn't.
He definitely doesn't have the longevity of the career or of the songs or the classic collaborations.
No.
So he still loses. That's what I'm saying. He's not as tight as y'all. He's not like this, but this is what I'm saying, Mike. This is where stuff like your voice matters. This is where how your songs and how your albums held up like really, really matters.
Somebody said Ross got classic songs over M. Well, listen, once again, do you guys want to go 20 songs deep against Eminem with Rick Ross songs, or would you be more comfortable having Eminem's catalog
Rick
in that
Ross
matchup?
has made more impactful songs on God Forgives and I Don't than Eminem has made in the last 15 years. Like,
So
you
when
could take the last 15 years of Eminem's catalog and
Yep, Coop's gone. Let's get Coop back in here. Oh man, it started to get heated. Oh man, this is Coop and Mike are problematic. We are getting thumbs down now. Is Coop in here? You back?
I'm trying to.
Okay. What's going on?
Well, I'm on my iPad right now because the laptop just shut down. So give me 1 second.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Yeah, take your
Oh,
time.
hold on.
Well, while Coop is there, the people are going crazy. They say M with Ross in the verses. Yeah, you can keep that angle right there. You good? I don't think M will. So if I play BMF, guys, what you gonna play? Lose Yourself? Is that what y'all gonna do? What about if I play Hustling? What about if I play Santorini Grease?
Oh, he has nothing for Santorini. He never wants.
What if I play the first Maybach music with Jigga? And I might not even play that.
How about I play part 2 with Wheezy and Yeezy? How about I play 16 with Andre?
Yeah. How about I play Jesus Piece?
You and Dice Pineapples, maybe. Maybe Three Kings with Dr. Dre and Jay-Z. Can I interest you in Hold Me Back? 10 Jesus Pieces.
Yeah. Maybach music. I mean, not Maybach music. Aston Martin music.
Niggas smoking crack.
I mean, what you gonna play?
Mike, I'm about to call you from the laptop because
okay.
I got all my stuff set up on the iPad. Hold
okay,
on.
cool. Go ahead. Ray Warner with the super chat says, M isn't better than Ross lyric wise. Like, can you guys actually? Oh. Okay, we got a super chat here from Roy Warner. He says, M isn't better than Rick Ross lyric-wise. Like, can you guys actually read the lyrics that these guys are saying? Rapping fast isn't good enough. Read it. Okay. So, yeah, if you guys think that song for song, M could beat Ross in the verses, let me know what you're going to play when... Like you said, we play any of those records.
Listen to what I'm about to say respectfully, Mike. You know how I feel about Ghost and Ray, right? I don't know if Ghost and Ray would beat Ross in a versus song wise. You understand what I'm saying?
Ross got a lot of songs.
I know they're better MCs.
Right. Well, they got the Wu-Tang
Ross in a versus.
They got the Wu-Tang stuff. They might not be the best.
No, damn that, Mike. I said I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, it's not certain.
Yeah.
Like, that's how banging his songs are, Mike.
Triple Beam Dream. 36 Chambers says, Ross.
Here I am with Nelly, Mike. We can go back to those. Mike, we haven't even brought up Hustling. That's how crazy his catalog is.
Yeah. 36 Chambers with the super chat says, Ross' best songs are collabos. Respectfully, M don't have a stand till I collapse, lose yourself, etc. M stands endure after all of these years. Ross ain't got fans like that. M is above Ross. Y'all are wow. I mean, are M's fans there for... Ho. I don't care about the fans being there. I think fandom is a little different. Again, we're talking about an artist who actually wrote the song Stan, right? The fans aren't always there because of the music. And I think M's fan base is clearly a little tone deaf when it comes to the music because they're not looking at this based on music. They're looking at this based on something else. Whatever that other thing is, I don't know. But it ain't the music. I challenge anybody.
Hold on, Mike. Hold me back, come on.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
Yeah, that ain't no collaboration.
AK, yo, K-check, bitch, nigga, let's play chess. Yo, bitch, next, no latex.
Ross, yeah, I think that he beat him handedly. Like, what other thing could we add in there? Like,
right. What y'all want to do to give M the victory? Y'all need to start understanding. How about this?
Because it ain't the songs. It ain't the collabos.
You want to talk about one-trick ponies, Mike? Here's the reality of the matter that we might have to start addressing. How versatile is Eminem? Because when you take away the lyrics and the storytelling and the impact, What does he have over people? Because these songs that y'all are talking about, like, how about this? Think about the other people that he gets compared to. What does he have that touches people the way people feel a You Don't Know when it comes on?
Yeah.
The way the people celebrate a One More Chance when it comes on. The way people get emotional when Dear Mama comes on. The way heads scrunch up their faces when Made You Look come on. The way we get quiet when I Never Seen a Man Die comes on, Mike.
Yeah.
Like, he don't have no records that don't have those effects. He don't have no albums that has those effects. We need to stop overrating him because he sold records. I told you, a lot of his impact is felt outside of the culture. Now, impact, he's going to win over a lot of people. Impact and lyrics are not enough.
No.
You need to have the voice. You need to have the albums. You need to have the songs. The songs need to stand the test of time by the people singing them repetitively, not by radio playing them repetitively. Radio is a format. People's souls are not formats. That's why it matters what people say and how people feel. And if people are still running around singing your shit, Mike, I'm still playing It's Dark and Hell is Hot like I'm a sophomore in high school.
Right.
Because I still remember that broke-ass kid from the projects that relates to that motherfucker.
And most people will tell you that the first couple of albums that M made that made such an impact, they don't listen to like that anymore because you know what? They grew up. The teenage version of you may have thought those were dope, but the 30-something, 40-something-year-old version of you can't listen to those records.
I'll give you a prime example, Mike. I have a younger brother that's 10 years younger than me exactly. Mm-hmm. And what Nas is to me is what Eminem is to me. And one of the last times I pulled up on him last year, Mike told me flat out, my brother Mike told me flat out, he was like, I don't listen to Eminem as much now that I'm older, and I got real life shit going on, bro.
Yeah.
He has a son now.
Yep.
Congratulations, he has another one.
Coop went out for a second. Jay Short with the super chat says, I'll take Rick Ross top 10. Okay, you there? You went out.
All I'm saying is that as my brother's life got realer, that connection with Eminem faded more.
Yeah.
My connection with what Nas was saying never faded, Mike, because the themes were timeless to what I was going through. Life's a bitch. The world is yours. Memory lane. One love. My cousin who put me on to hip hop ended up doing a bit in 96. He ain't been home, Mike. One love is literally how we ended every letter. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, no. When I'm telling you he's the GOAT, I'm telling you he applied themes to me at 13 that carried to my 30s, to my 40s.
Yeah.
Eminem shit don't hit like that.
Yeah.
And we need to stop fucking playing like it's the same thing because it's insulting to the Nas's and the Scarfaces and the KRS's that have stayed with us. It's insulting. And y'all are not about to pull up here and be insulting to these legends. What do you think we've been up here doing? When you try to put his catalog in their stratosphere, it is insulting.
It is.
Period.
It is.
And if you don't understand that shit, show me the motherfucking songs.
And you know what? It makes me, you talk about that connection or lack thereof. It makes me feel.
Show me the songs. Fuck all that.
Yeah, it makes me feel like the way that people got to that original connection with this artist was artificial. It's through marketing. It wasn't massive marketing that made you a Nas fan. You organically drew to this individual. And for your brother to say how much of a fan he was of this individual, but that music doesn't apply as he grew up, it's like, okay, well, was I really a fan or was I a victim of marketing? Because there's a lot of artists that I just got marketed to when I was a kid that I loved then, but as I got older and got my own mind, I'm like, yeah, I used to think that shit was dope, whatever. But they want us to hang on to this like this is some real timeless stuff, and it's not.
Like, Mike, my mom used to think Al B. Sure was that nigga. You feel me?
Right.
Like she talk about Al B. Sure the way I talk about Prince.
Yeah, he
I'll
don't
be
Teddy
no damn
Pendergrass.
Prince.
No.
But when he dropped Night and Day in the Killing Me Softly remake,
right.
Oh, he was that for a year.
Yeah.
For a year.
We got to put that in context. Jay
Short
with the super chat. Super chat says, I'll take Rick Ross top 20 songs over any other artist in the top 20. He's
See?
just the best car rapper and the best luxury rapper ever. His catalog is heavy. Y'all did see
Catalog
him in the
stupid.
verses, right? And he had
You see him not play a lot of his bangers in the verses, right?
he had a 20 pack for another person, a new 20 pack.
Everybody ducked that. You notice how when he said, I got another 20 piece for anybody who wanted, nobody said a goddamn thing.
You're right. Roy Warner with the super chat says,
Quiet with hell.
cigars in the Oval Office. Ronald Reagan heard Barack Obama whisper, Assalamu alaikum, live from the moment. Die for the street Bible on the dash. Kilos in the seat. Rick Ross, stop playing.
That's a little idols become rivals. That's a little idols become rivals.
Yeah.
Nice bar work.
Yeah. AB Studios with the super chat says, if M fans can't list 20 songs set for a versus, they have nothing to argue at all. No versatility and replay value. Y'all can have his music. Yeah. I mean, you're wide open in the chat right now, guys. Y'all got all of the Wikipedia you need. If you're really a fan, you don't need that. List it in the chat.
Pull up and quote his bars the way we be quoting Nas's bars and Jay's bars and Big's bars and Pac's bars. And at the drop of a dime, Mike, you quoted some Jeezy bars at the drop of a dime. Mike, you surprised me today. I was like, this nigga knows Jeezy's bars from a guest appearance from motherfucking 02.
Yeah. And y'all know I don't even really rock with Jeezy's lyrical performances like that, but I know it.
About how Mike, niggas in Atlanta be hitting me up about how you be talking about Jeezy. They be like, you need to get your man.
Just a personal preference, man. But you know what? At the end of the day, to me, and y'all know how I feel about Jeezy, I'm listening to Jeezy way before I'm listening to M's music. That's just real. I am.
Mike, how about this? This is what I'm saying. What bars he got like this? Once I stood on the block, loose cracks produce stacks. I cooked up and cut small pieces to get my loot back. Time is illmatic, keep static like wool fabric. Pack a 4-matic to crack your whole cabbage. When is he like that? When is he like that?
And those are throwaway bars from that album.
Yeah. When is he like that?
Yeah.
Chris, stop that, because here's the reality of the matter, Mike, and I'm glad somebody said it. He's not Redman. And Redman's somewhere floating in the 20s on this list. And he's not red.
Yeah.
He's not red catalog-wise. He's not red rhyme-wise.
I be the super lyrical individual. I be spitting through that Teflon material to blow a bit off the schedule. Yeah. Christopher Hogan with the super chat says Teflon Don.
Mike, sometimes it's effect. Sometimes Redman's effect. It's like rough. Like all you girls draws be. You know what I mean? Like I had cerebral palsy. Like sometimes it's just like how he just comes off on the track.
Yo, I love the Redman came in that the long-faced murderer, serving over 2 billion motherfuckers a day like Mickey D. Circular.
Right.
Working ya, shifty hour like a burglar. My crew herbing ya like we never even heard of ya. Odds and evens, that I'ma be the one. Yeah, it's different.
Talk better be the words you walk. Body you where the nurses are. Put your brains out. Watch me insult the dark. From the bricks to Persian Gulf.
Light circuits off. 33rd of my brain is off. That explain why my language off. My gun aim and cough. Y'all ain't trained to brawl.
Y'all not trained to brawl. Y'all more like a training brawl.
Wet behind the ear, you're not prepared. Put a project flow with extra stairs. Pass out a vest to wear. The hard wire, starting bonfires. Pull the mask so you know it's me. Yo, weed got more seeds than ODB. I can't smoke.
You see how we know his shit, Mike? You get what I'm saying? He's not even red. What y'all talking about?
It's the Funk Doctor Spot, the Poncock lyricist. My mentality so deaf, yo, I ain't even hearing this shit. Biscuits be cocking back when I be coming. I guess they heard how I be taking MCs out by the hundreds. What about his second verse on The Goodness, man? The heat is on, 97 Cheech and reaching y'all. Oh, yeah.
As the planet and the stars and the moons collapse, when I raise my trigger finger, all y'all niggas hit the deck. Cause ain't no need for that. Hustlers and hardcore fall to the floor raw like Reservoir Dawn.
Oof.
The green-eyed bandit can't stand it with more fruitier loops than that Toucan Sam bitch. Y'all think M fucking with Red? What are y'all smoking that y'all keep putting him up this high? We got Red floating somewhere around the 20s. Did you see how we did just a whole Redman riff? Let's hear what the Chat's Eminem riff sounds like. Don't sound like that.
Choose the date, the day you hallucinate. Smoking me out without warning, torn ghettos, the opposite of Goodfellas. De Niro Haven't anybody who rocked the mic? Rello, got your wife singing, not tonight. Hello, money talk, bullshit wall, ask Chris. But he said, you need practice, stack this, Jurassic, dash this, half-ass, nasty ass, bitch, hot potato, drop the data, gunja, emancipation, proclamator. Locked it down, cop the pound. As a juvenile working the wilds on canal, Brick City be the pros that wildin' now, off at the mouth, get dressed like 1,000 now. Got a degree and the hash in the elite week, crashing the fee while we mastered the P. But beats bout it, cars a low mileage.
Get 'em,
Block
Mike.
out, make Jaja, Gabor Cha Cha. Spit something
Get
to you
'em.
to turn your eyes cockeyed. Out with the outs
Get
and
'em.
ha 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 ha. Trembling, picking up the
Get
bend again,
'em.
adrenaline. Got impact like DJ threw on Benjamins, bending in, hit you with your
Get
thumb, nigga
'em.
Timberland, fuck you, rob you, cops say it's them again. Yeah, Redman's
Get
that
'em.
deal.
Like Redman on High How. Get 'em.
All right, Christopher Hogan with the super chat says Teflon Don got major play in Louisiana. Ross is fire. Yeah, I mean, look, that's the
Ross
thing
crazy.
too. Ross, for somebody who's a national artist like that, Ross is a Southern MC. You know what I'm saying? Like, and for his shit to be coming out of Miami and be able to be reached by everybody and accepted by everybody on that level, that's big stuff. Jay Short with the super chat says, when I bought my first house, I listened to Santorini, Greece probably 15 times in a row. You feel Ross. I hear you. You do feel Ross. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat.
Hey, I'm still listening to Santorini Grease. What are you talking about? Hey, stop playing the chat.
Yeah. Jermaine Johnson with the super chat says, my bum is on your lips. Bar stood the test of time. Yeah.
Yes. See, we can't get nothing done in here because so many people got retorts.
JY with the super chat says, don't Coop started on comparing Prodigy bars to M. Yeah, don't get Coop started on Prodigy versus the M bars. Yeah, hell no. No, man. Prodigy
That's
hits,
what I'm saying.
Prodigy hits you right here, man.
Y'all be talking about this lyricist? What he got on Prodigy as a lyricist? Please explain it to me. What he got? He got voice, he got impact, he got a feel. He got better words? No, he don't have none of that. He got more cinematic verses? Does he have better verses? Does he have some more iconic verses? No.
I'm still waiting on those 20 songs in the chat, though. All right.
I'm still waiting on some Eminem bars. Don't do me like this. Like Ross is just better than Eminem. That's what I'm saying about people need to understand where Eminem really is. He's a great lyricist that made 3 great albums. He's had heavy impact. These guys that are ahead of him are all more well-rounded than him. And I just hate to be the one to break that out. The people that are ahead of him are more well-rounded. Is Slick Rick going to sell like Eminem? No. He's just the overall better MC.
Slick Rick's not going to sell like the Beastie
Listen,
Boys.
Mike, he's got a better delivery. He's got a bigger impact. He's a better storyteller. He's better vocally. His best album's blowing all of your shit out of the water.
It's true.
His best songs are blowing all of your best songs out of the fucking water. And that is Slick Rick sitting at 20, Mike.
See, I would like to ask the Fat Joes and the Papooses of the world if they think that Eminem's better than Slick Rick. I want to know. Y'all think Eminem's better than KRS-One?
Joe better not say that because he's from the Bronx.
He
better not ever say that Eminem is better
I wanna
than
know.
Slick Rick.
I want to know. Since y'all
Better not
defending
ever
him
say
being
that.
top 5, you
It's
know what
a
I'm
lie. It's just not true, Mike. Even to this day, it's just not true.
It's not.
Because M's biggest bag is the impact bag. And Slick Rick trumps that bag. He's one of the people that's like, yeah, that bag's cute. I'm Slick Rick. Take your little bag and go home.
No, real. Roy Warner
Real
with the super
talk.
chat says,
Take your little impact bag and go home. I'm Slick Rick. I am the impact bag.
True.
It looks like this. This is the biggest impact bag.
Roy Warner with the super chat says, lyrically, M isn't that. I hope. He said, lyrically, M isn't that. I hope when you do that lyricist list, you actually read the lyrics. M was never like that. He doesn't have a verse more memorable than PSA. I think that's a good thing that Roy is saying. When we talk about lyricists and put people together on a lyricist list, we actually need to read the lyrics to actually put them together and understand what they're saying. You can't just
No,
have a bunch of cool
we don't need to
schemes
read them,
and
Mike,
mumbo
because we don't.
jumbo.
No, I get it, Mike, but we already know. We already know the bars, Mike. Watch this, Mike. All I got to do is this to you: sip the juice. I got enough to go around.
Thoughts took place uptown. I go up. I went to New York.
I grew up on the sidewalk where I
Sidewalks.
learned street talk
And
and
then
then
talk
talk
to
to
all
Hawk,
New
New York. I
York.
go
Go
for
to
Queens for the Queens
To
to
get the
get
crew
Coney
from
in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Coney in Manhattan, they never been took there. Go uptown to the Bronx to boogie down.
Strong on the
Right.
island.
We already
Coop
know
to lay
how it goes.
around.
Like, what does Eminem shit start off like that? That's when Mike visualizing the realism of life and actuality.
Fuck who's the baddest. The person's status depends on salary. But my mentality is money orientated. Yeah, man.
Mike, once upon a time not long ago when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws and stern and justice stood.
And people were behaving like they all too good. There was a
Mike,
little
I
boy that
said-
was misled by another little boy, and this is what he said.
That's what the greatest lyricists are, Mike.
Yeah. Even when you go to songs that never even had a video, like Mona Lisa. It was
Excuse
one of
me,
those
my
days.
God, you look nice. Put away your money. I'll buy that slice. Well, she said, thanks. I'd rather a slice of you. I'm just kidding, but that's awfully nice of you. The compliment shows she had a mind in her. And when I smiled, I almost blinded her. Well, Great Scott, are you a thief? Seems like you have a mouth full of gold teeth. Ha ha ha, I had to find that funny, so I said, no child, I work hard for the money. And calling me a thief, please, don't even try it. Sit down, eat your slice of pizza, and be quiet. She almost got cut short. You know, Scissor. She tried to disrespect who?
The Grand Wizard.
Me, what's your name, son?
Emcee
Rick.
Ricky
Don't
D.
have no shit like that.
And
Stop
not to
that.
be so, nah.
And Slick Rick is at 20.
Right. Christopher Hogan with the super chat says, where so many shade they thought I was with so many shades they thought I had a lazy eye. Shorty moves smooth and my Mercedes ride. No love cry when our only babies die. Ross. Hey, look, I think people feel Ross's music
This
too.
is what I'm saying. Mike,
Yeah.
Watch this. How you living, Biggie Smalls? I'm surrounded by criminals. Heavy rollers, even the shiesty individuals. Smoking blunts and mad Phillies. Beating down Billy Badasses. Cracks and stacks and masses. See how you started rapping along with me, Mike?
Class, y'all. Pass it. Things get drastic. I'm burying
you bastards.
Whoo!
Those are lyricists. We know every rhyme that they spit and when they sit it and how they made it feel. It gives us goosebumps when we spit it back at
Yo, that nigga's nice. Whenever I start quoting Biggie, I'm like, yo, this nigga was nice.
Different. It's different.
Even with like One More Chance remix, this is a big radio record. But when you start rapping the song, you're like, yo, this dude was going in. Like the first verse.
It's just better.
He's insane with it,
it's
man.
Better than
and you and I always point out that that remix for Get Money, where he was going with that. Oh man, like
nobody. That's 1995, Mike. I swear to God, go listen to everybody else rapping in 1995. There's nobody rapping like that.
Frank White, the Desperado, used to rock the all black Movado, the all black Eldorado, all that in the bottle of Don P. You can't harm me. I keep the army. It's Brooklyn in the house without a doubt.
In the house. How many rappers have taken that from him? That's from Brooklyn.
I'm the rapper with clout everybody yap about. Check it out. Guns are bust 'em. Problems with my wife, don't discuss them. Coops to lid, jets, I lust them. Fingerprints, I dust them. Recent address. Whew. When you pissy mattress.
The Lear jets, I lust them. Fingerprints, I dust them. Whoo! NBA Jam. Right. It don't got no shit like that, Mike, where you're like, this nigga's on fire. Like, he has verses like that, but it's like, it's not like that,
it's
Mike.
Not like that.
He's not like that. It was never like that. He's always been a dope-ass MC.
Does he have a bar like fuck a state, Penn, fuck hoes, and Penn State? Listen, closest Francis, the praying mantis. No.
You used to call me fat, so now you call me Castro. You used to call me fat, so now you call me Castro. It's the illest shit I ever heard. I was like, this nigga just.
I was just listening to Victory, man, and when he said that Maddie broke the neck to your Coke Connect, what? Talking about Maddie C, the writer for The Source, who gave him a shot, like, yo, crazy.
Bars. Those are bars.
Crazy.
case you guys were wondering what bars sounded like, me and Mike just gave you a nice little seminar
I think
on
we
bars.
needed a bar
If you were paying
session.
attention.
I think we
Mike.
needed a bar session because people got shit confused. Like, this guy's one of the 5 best to ever do it. We're quoting like people who are top 30. He ain't got bars
Mike.
like these.
This is Mike. This straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube from the gang called Niggas with Attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a sawed off. Squeeze the trigger and bodies are hauled off. You too, boy, if you fuck with me, the police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out. For the punk motherfuckers that's showing out.
Oh, God.
Mike, I was 7 years old when he made that.
Yo.
I know it word for word.
Yo, man. Yo, Cube is something else, man. Andrew Green with the super chat says...
That's that shit, Mike.
Yeah.
That's that shit.
Andrew Green with the super chat says, Ross is dope with imaginary... with imagery as an MC, excuse me. I think that he was heavily influenced by It Was Written, Nas, Life After Death, Biggie, but modern mashup. I could see the Biggie influence, definitely. And I've always said, from a production standpoint, if Big would have lived, I could see him rhyming over the stuff that Ross has rhymed over in his career. Production-wise. Jay Short with the super chat says, Fat Joe praising Eminem when Pun was right next to him, doing the same style better is wild. Yeah, nah, I could go there too. JY with the super chat says, every verse y'all spit, I felt them. It's different. It is different.
It's different.
And this is the stuff that we're talking about. Ain't nobody hating. Ain't nobody,
we're
you know what I'm saying?
We're doing this verbatim off the top of our head, Mike. If he had verses like that, we would be sliding them in right now.
Yeah. Straight up. I don't care about any of that. Like, it's about how great you are and what you make people feel. Esquire with the super chat says, how do we go from comparing M to Ross to Nas? Which is comparing the greats, man.
Right. He's top 5. He's top 5, right?
Yeah, top 5.
Top 5 MC verses out, right?
Yeah. Because once you get in these discussions, you can be compared to anybody. Roy Warner with the super chat says, you need a TikTok. These kids need facts, not propaganda. I guess we could do a TikTok with just some bars. We should do a TikTok bar challenge. I don't really like TikTok like that. But,
Mike, back when I was young, me and my mama had beef. 17 years old, kicked out on the street. Back at the time, never thought I'd see her face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place.
Suspended from school. Scared to go home. I was a fool with the big boys breaking all the rules.
Shed tears with my baby sister. Over the years, we was poorer than the other little kids. And even though we had different daddies, the same drama when things went wrong, we blame mama. I reminisce on the stress I caused. It was hell, hugging on my mama from a jail cell.
And who would think in elementary?
Don't tell me that the guy that wrote that is number 4 and Eminem is number 5.
Right.
Do not do that.
And who would think in elementary?
Don't do me like that.
That I would see the penitentiary.
Don't do me like that.
Man, running from the police. Mama called me, put a whooping to my backside.
They got guys standing right next to each other on that billboard list. You know how absurd that really is.
And even as a crack fiend, Mama, you always was a black queen, Mama.
My favorite part, Mike, and I remember all the extra time that you gave, man. I wish I could take the pain away. If you could make it through the night, there's a brighter day.
Yeah.
Everything will be all right if you hold on. It's a struggle every day, gotta roll on. When M ever said some shit like that, Mike, stop playing with me.
Andre Shashir with the super chat. Shout out to Andre in the building. He says, how'd y'all feel about Sauce Walker? I listened to the Sauce Ghetto Gospel 3 and was surprisingly impressed. He was spitting some real ish with no hooks. I like Sauce Walker. I think Coop was putting me on the Sauce Walker a while back. I think
Sauce got the streets down in Texas.
But again, he makes those records you can feel. And I think Andre, you know, I've never met Andre. I know he's one of our earlier viewers, but I know the kind of hip hop that Andre normally talks about. And I think that even with that, Sauce doesn't do those things, but he does those things that anybody who's a hip hop listener can feel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he makes you feel certain things.
JY with the super chat says, I felt them, and I'm a white boy from Australia. Shout out to JY up there in Australia. Antonio with the super chat says, Eminem bar. I was born with a D in my brain. Yeah, I effed in the head. trash. That's literally how he starts the song, and it gets worse from there. You guys are wild. Okay, Esquire in the super chat says, I don't have M in my top five, but you're putting M against actual top five rappers to support an asinine argument that Ross is better. It's cognitive dissonance.
Esquire, respectfully, I think that you're just missing the fact that, like, we quoted, like, Slick Rick, Nas, Redman, Big, Pac. Like, we went through Rakim. We just went through a list of people that resonate. Not just like a top five. We actually went through probably about 10 MCs just then. So I think our cognitive dissonance is more example-laden and not really as dissonance as you may say it is, seeing how when these conversations are being had, he's being referenced as a top 5 to 10 MC. So there is no dissonance really going on, although I do respect your comment. It's just not correct.
CJ Kid with the super chat says, from these verses, I think that the point is how you use your voice, the emphasis that you put on certain words, and how you say it, than what you even say. If what you say is super lyrical.
Some people just don't have the voice, though, Mike.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And it's almost impossible to actually execute on if you don't have the voice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, your voice, this is what I've been saying about this. The thing that I've really found out the most from this process, even trying to do this rubric, is how much the voice truly, truly matters to how the message gets carried.
Right.
Tupac, Ice Cube, Scarface, and Chuck D are not as dope without their voices, Mike. But then I think about it, it's like, well, neither is Biggie, neither is Slick Rick, neither is Nas, neither is Jadakiss. You see what I'm saying? No, voice matters almost as much as the lyrics do, because it has to be a voice that you want to hear delivering the message. I'll give you two prime examples. Oh, well, Dr. King and Malcolm X, well, they're not just like brilliant men. They do have two of the better speaking voices that you'll find.
It's true. It rings and it resonates. I think Eazy-E too, man. Like, Eazy-E's voice, man, it did a lot.
Eazy got a legendary voice. You know, it's easy.
Yeah. I think honestly,
man,
I got it
easy. When you hear Eazy, you hear Compton, because for a lot of people, that's the first time you heard somebody from out of Compton.
What do you think about somebody like The Game when it comes to like voice?
We have The Game up next.
Oh man, all right, let's get through this then.
Oh, I don't know if we're gonna finish up Ross. I kind of want to leave Ross right there and just go ahead and put Game in.
Let's put Game in, man. I think Game is a very interesting wild card, and I think it was tragic that Game wasn't even put in Billboard's top 50.
Well, let's find out a little bit, because, I mean, much like everybody else, he's starting out against the person at the bottom, which is Eminem at 35. So impact, Eminem.
Eminem, yeah.
Live performance, Eminem.
Eminem, yes.
Lyrics, Eminem.
Yes. I don't know. I don't know if that's a hands down though, but I'll do it.
No, people are gonna go to the name calling, so I'm gonna give him the lyrics.
Okay.
Storytelling, Eminem.
Yes.
Now, classic albums is Game.
Yep.
Classic songs.
That's Game.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Longevity of albums. Now, here's what I'll tell you. Neither one of their catalogs are aging wonderfully in people's minds. So I'm actually cool with the longevity of albums as a tie.
You think so? I don't think so.
What Game album outside the documentary are people still like resonating with? Because Eminem has the Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem Show that people still reference, including you. Because when I say the Marshall Mathers LP, you'd be like, actually, the Eminem Show is better. So heads will actually tell you the longevity of his albums might run longer than Game's. I think it's a tie, because I think Game's catalog of albums and the songs that have come out from those have kind of helped him. But that is really more of a reference to the classic songs argument, which I think is Game over him.
I think The Doctor's Advocate, right? The documentary, and I think Jesus Piece. I think Jesus Piece has aged incredibly well. I mean, it's been over 10 years now. It's been over 10 years now for Jesus Piece. So
I love Jesus
And I think
Piece.
that also when you talk about that part of it, Eminem's, I guess, most notable albums are clustered in the same time period, where Games are spread out. And so
that's what I mean.
That's where I would give Game the nod. You know what I mean? between the two. But if you want to make that a tie, I mean, I wouldn't refute
I
that.
think that's more of a tie. I do.
Yeah.
Now, songs, I think, is game, and I think that's more what you're speaking to. He's released bangers in different eras. It's like,
Right.
well, Doctor's Advocate and the documentary are close, but LAX and Jesus Piece have bangers on them too. They're 5-6 years after that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
And there's some stuff on Born to Rap. Yeah.
Yeah. Born to Rap got
So
shits on it. Yeah.
classic collaborations.
Huh.
I think that might be him.
I think it is too. And I'm gonna say this. I feel like Game gets a lot of collaborative moments on his albums, but you never really hear Game go out there and do features with the people that he normally has featured. And I wish we could see that more. You know what I'm saying? Like Game doesn't really go out there and do a lot of features.
He calls people that they don't call him back.
Yeah. That's how it feels for whatever reason. And I don't know why. Because every time Game gets on a record with top-notch talent, he shows out. But I wish we could hear Game on people's albums more. And yeah, so Eminem has to get that one. Because he has
I'll tell you what, the Hold On with Rick Ross on Daytona, I thought you could have swapped out Ross and put Game in, and Game would have done a similar admirable job.
Yeah. Yeah, but we haven't seen that. But yeah, M gets that one.
Career longevity quality.
I think that's Game.
Me Too, voice.
That's Game. M got that one, sounds like. Let me get to these super chats real quick.
It's a tie, Mike.
Is it a tie?
1, 2,
well, what's
3,
the tiebreaker
5.
going to be? I forgot.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we got 5 and 5 in the tie.
I think the tiebreaker was like who has the more classic albums or something that we said, right? Wasn't that the tiebreaker?
We did lean on albums for our tiebreaker. That is correct.
Let me get to these super chats and we're going to break this tie. Jay Sharp with the super chat says, I can't wait till this is done because y'all going to have to reevaluate Cube. I think Death Certificate is lost in the shuffle, still relevant 30 years later. We got to do an album list too. I think that'd be great. Esquire with the super chat says, I heard the discussion crystal clear. The dissonance lies in the fact that Ross belongs nowhere in the conversation with the iconic MCs that you reference. The music speaks for itself, Esquire. It does.
I'm about to say, Esquire, I would actually respectfully beg to differ, and I'll tell you what, as I look at this list, because since we're pretty much putting Ross and Game in at the same time as we go along on Friday, I'll tell you what, everybody that's within 10 slots of Ross should be worried. J. Cole, Pusha T, Big Boy, Redman, Q-Tip, Cool G Rap, Kendrick Lamar, Lil Kim, Drake, and Busta Rhymes should all be worried about Ross, because I think he could potentially fade all of them, and DMX might be his stopping point. So Ross might end up being 24. Because Ross has a better catalog than Busta and Drake.
John Green with the super chat says, I'm looking at your tight rear like a sightseer. Your booty is heavy duty like diarrhea. Someone who wrote that garbage could never be in the top 5. Okay. I think our tiebreaker here. I just want to be
factual about it. I'm not trying to hate on Eminem. It just needs to be accurately stated.
Yeah.
Now that the hoopla and the run of it is like over, and it just needs to be, spade is a spade type of,
I think the fair thing to do here, Coop, let's take the top 3 albums, and let's take the best 2 out of 3.
Okay. So the best 3 albums are going to be Eminem's first 3 albums. That's going to be Slim Shady LP, Marshall Mathers LP, and the Eminem Show.
Correct.
For Game, I think you were accurate. I think it's the documentary, Doctor's Advocate, and Jesus Piece, right?
Correct.
So now, what's the best album between the 6?
Okay. Do you want to do it like that, or do you want to do like, chronological one against the other type thing? Where it's like Slim Shady LP versus
I would prefer to do like the order of like which albums are actually like greatest in order.
Okay.
I would put the documentary at number 1.
Okay, me too.
I would tell you that even though I like the Doctor's Advocate more than I like the Eminem Show, I think the Eminem Show objectively is number 2.
I agree with you on that as well.
Now, here's the question, and here's where we're going to have a problem, Mike. how you feel about the Doctor's Advocate versus the Marshall Mathers LP? Because pulling up on people and saying the Doctor's Advocate is better than the Marshall Mathers LP really is about to send people ape shit.
I think Doctor's Advocate is better than the Marshall Mathers LP. But
I would
again,
actually tell you that I think that might actually be a tie too.
if we want to be objective here, I just don't listen, man. I'm being
I know you
perfectly
don't
honest.
feel it.
I just don't think it's that good of an album. Now, I will say that the Eminem show is that level. I think that's him at his peak. I think that that's him doing everything that he's able to do on a massive level. But as far as if we were to pull out the Marshall Mathers LP's best songs, right, and pull out the best songs from the Doctor's Advocate, I just think that the Doctor's Advocate has better records.
I agree.
I just do.
Impact and moments matter.
It
and
does.
The Way I Am and Stan is way bigger than anything that happened on the Doctor's Advocate.
Right.
And that's why I think that should be a tie. So I actually think it goes one documentary to the Eminem show, but I think your 3 and 4 are actually a tie because the actual quality album is the Doctor's Advocate. The bigger album with the bolder moments and the bigger moments.
That's fair.
Is the Marshall Mathers LP. So we have bigger, bolder, badder, and brighter, and more highlight versus consistent and better production and rhyme wise. That's a tie to me in a classic case. But here's what I'll tell you. Well, Jesus Piece is way, way fucking better than the Marshall Mathers LP.
The Slim Shady LP.
Slim Shady LP, not the Marshall Mathers LP. Yeah, Jesus Piece is way better.
Yeah, it is. And the Slim Shady LP is my personal favorite album from him, just based on how he was rhyming and all that. But yeah, it's not.
Mike, I don't know if people caught this, and this is why I tell Mike, when you take issue with his rhythm on beat sometimes, this is why I take issue with you saying that. Well, he improved it so much on the Marshall Mathers LP and the Eminem show in relationship to the Slim Shady LP, because he is rhyming a little bit off beat on some of those records.
Well, that's true. I think I like
his approach. That's why you're like, he off beat. I'm like, no, he's off beat on the first album a little bit. He fixed that.
Yeah. And if you know what, it looks like, from an album to album standpoint, Game seems to be trumping this. But even if we went with the albums in between as tiebreakers for those,
like LAX and all that other stuff,
Game wins that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what may happen to Eminem that people may like. There are some people above him that we might end up having to put back through at you all's behest to see how it fares.
Yeah.
But this is what I mean about you got to have this catalog. You got to have you got to have a lot of stuff to be an all-time great MC. Don't just say that he's there because, he got put there. It's like, I know a lot of guys, there are guys that, Mike, I don't know if AZ is going to make our top 50. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But it's also the valid reality of, he's got Sugar Hill, he's got Do or Die, he's got Phone Tap, he's got The Life's a Bitch first. He might not make the top 50. Shit real.
Yeah, it's tough. People are saying we're overrating the documentary. Huh? Are we? I really wish we could play music on
I gotta
YouTube.
go, Mike. We gotta be out. I gotta be out. I was in Cali when the documentary is coming out. I know what I saw. I don't know what you talking about.
It's real life.
I'm gonna have to be out. Out. I was outside in Cali when the documentary was out.
Man, great show, man. Friday we're gonna talk some more music. This was a great conversation. I'm gonna be back in town.
I'm gonna say this again. I was outside in Cali when the documentary was out. When nobody talking about no damn Eminem when the documentary was out. You can bet that shit. And let me tell you something else. I heard damn near every song from the documentary on the damn radio except for the record with him when I was out in Cali. Running with Yayo was getting played on the radio. Put You on the Game, No More Fun and Games, Dreams, Hate It or Love It. Mike, Higher used to get played on the late night mix all the time.
Higher was crazy.
Don't Worry with Mary, Father Like Son Like Busta Rhymes. They playing that whole album in Cali. I was like, this is what these West Coast niggas do. Okay.
Yeah.
What these West Coast niggas do. I was like, this is why these niggas selling records. They'll play your whole album like it's a single.
Now you see how you just rattled that off? That's all we ask. That's all we ask.
Oh, I rattled it off, Mike, because it's an all-time classic album. It's not hard
and
to
I felt that, and you're right. All right, for people out there, man, click the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you know when we're going live. Tell a friend to tell a friend. A2HH Live. I'm gonna be back in my studio on Friday, and yeah, great show.